Welcome also to any new members who have signed up for the 5-day Chi Challenge, which starts next Monday. That you have access to these Breathe, Balance, Move classes. On a Tuesday morning, we tend to do breath work. And on a Thursday morning, we do focus a little bit more on movement, on strength and balance. So we'll do our breathwork class today. Find a comfortable space. So you've got space around you. Just make sure if you put your arms out to the side, you're not going to knock anything over. And you've got space behind you as well. And we'll start off just with a little bit of stretching. So creating space for us to be able to breathe efficiently. Take your feet about shoulder width apart. Little bit of bend in the knees. Really just feel grounded and connected. And we'll just bring the arms up to the side. Just work on the physical movement first. Bring the arms up. And then you're connecting the palms. So you're just crossing the palms together here. Connecting the palms. And we just get to the top there. And then a little bit of side bend. Just tiny, tiny bend sidewards. And then back down. Just work on the physical movement first. And then we'll add the breath to it. And then same thing, coming up. This time bring the opposite palm across. So I've got the opposite arm in front, a little bit of side bend each side. And then back down. Make this nice and smooth. Reach up. Connect the palms, so the palms are touching there, a little bit of side bend side to side. Bringing the arms down. One more, coming up. Connecting the palms, a little bit of side bend. And then coming back down to the side. So the idea is that we're stretching, we're creating space, we're getting the rib cage movement, we're getting the rib cage open, we're getting the spine extended to actually create the space to be able to breathe more efficiently. So let's do that same thing, combining the breath with the movement. Now some of you may have already been doing this. As you come up, breathing in. So just let the breath come in through the nose. Breath in. Connect the palms. Still keep breathing in a little bit. Breath in. So you're getting that little bit of breath into the side of the ribs. And then breath out. All of the breath is in and out through the nose. It's quiet. It's silent. Breath in. Keep breathing in, breath in, and then breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Breathing into the side of the ribs. Breathe in, breathe out. And just take a rest there. The idea is not to struggle with the breath. So again, you just do a few little ones at the top. If it's struggling a little bit with the breath, then just come straight down, breathing out. So nothing is forced, nothing is pushed. We're not over breathing, we're not forcing breath into the body. Good. Another really good movement, a good exercise to actually get the rib cage open and get the spine extended is spinal cord breathing. So we've done, those of you who are used to the group know this one really well. Bend the knees a little bit more. I'll show you from the side. We've got the knees bent there. Lift up And lift up the sternum, lift up the chest and look up to the sky, and then you get a little bit of a ducktail on the pelvis there. So you're tilting the pelvis there. Imagine that you're spilling out the front of your pelvis. And then we curl underneath. So we round, tuck the pelvis in, squeeze the glutes, come back down. Keeping the knees bent, opening up the chest. Lifting the sternum, opening up the front of the spine, looking up to the sky. Coming back, tucking the pelvis. Just get the movement going first. Nothing forced. No straining, no pushing beyond what feels comfortable. And once you've got this movement going, then you can bring the breath with it. So as we extend the spine and open up, breathing in. As we curl, breathe out. All in and out through the nose again. It's almost as if the breath is just pouring into the body, just pouring in. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, going at your own comfortable pace so the breath isn't rushed, it isn't forced. Also that you don't feel as if you're running out of breath either. Breathing in, opening up the spine, opening up the rib cage. This is a great one if you've just been sitting a lot. You just stand up, just do a couple of these. It just gets that rib cage open. Creates the space for the breath. Let's do a couple more. She's feeling good. Breathe in. And then come up to standing. Move around a little bit, shake your legs out a little bit. We're actually really working on strengthening the legs as well there. So if the legs start to feel a little bit heavy or tight, just move around a little bit and shake out the ankles. And then come back to your standing position. We're going to do a bit of acupressure points, if you like, or a little bit of self-massage. So light fists, up and down the sternum. So just tapping up and down either side of this bone here down the center of the chest. Just bring some energy and some blood flow. Just breathing naturally in and out through the nose. Not too hard that you bruise yourself. Let's add a little bit of sound to this now. So we'll add a Z sound or a Z. So as you breathe in through the nose, as you breathe out, just create the sound. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out. Really feel the vibration here in the chest, in that chest cavity. And then just do that in your own time. Breathe in through the nose. And then really good way to get that resonance. Let's do one more, it feels good. Breathe in through the nose. And nice long exhale. And then just take a moment, just let the arms rest by the side, palms facing slightly forwards, opening up the shoulders. And just take a moment just to feel the tingling sensations. So you may feel them down the arms, in the chest. And think of this as your energy flowing. You've created that movement of energy, blood flow, however you want to conceptualize that. You can feel the tingling sensations. A little bit more now. We're going to go on the point which is just below the collarbone. So if you feel under your collarbone there, just tapping. I'm most probably tapping on the microphone here, so let me just move that mic a little bit so it just don't deafen everybody. So you're just tapping. Keep the arm long as well there so you get that palm out. This is another acupressure point, but it's also, when you think about lymphatic drainage, it helps to drain all the toxins out of the body, and you just bring in blood flow to that point. Nice and gently. And then we'll go other side. So other arm down. Light fist, just gently tapping just underneath the collarbone. It may feel slightly different one side to the other. Particularly, I'm mirroring you, so that's my right hand at the moment. So if you're right-handed, I often find that little bit of extra tightness, or it feels a little bit different if you're at a computer like this on the mouse. So just release any tightness and tension. A lot of breath work, obviously, and we do a lot of the breath work sitting and focusing on the breath, but what we're doing here is just stimulating, moving any blockages or stimulating the blood flow and creating space for our breath to happen. And then just slow it down and then just stand for a moment again and just feel the tingling sensations through the arms. Notice if you feel tingling one side more than the other side. Good, and then one final mobilization, then we'll go into a little bit of flow. Take your feet back out to about shoulder width apart. A little bit of bend in the knees, moving from the hips and the waist, knocking. This is called knocking on the door of life. So you're really tall through the spine, lift through the crown. Keep that spine nice and long. And then just let the shoulders relax. It's really focusing on relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the upper body. And just breathe easy in and out through the nose. You're tapping that back hand onto the lower back. So the point directly behind the belly button in Qigong, Chinese medicine, is called a door of life. And you're activating blood flow to the kidneys, to the back of the body. Nice and strong through the legs, tall through the spine, light with the upper body. And the movement, all the movement is driven from the ground up through the center. So again, another principle of Qigong is that movement starts from this center point here. So you're driving the movement from the hips and the waist, and the arms are coming along for the ride. and slowing it down. Slow it down. As we slow it down, just bring it into a movement called water waves. So you just have a softness in the arms, in the wrists, in the elbows. And really take your time to feel the strength through the legs, but the lightness again through the upper body. Feel the air as it runs through the fingers. Breath is just easy, just breathe naturally. Really focus on the spirals with the wrists, with the elbows, with the fingers. With the hips. And slow it down. Just take a moment again just to balance. So we've activated, got the joints mobilized, done a little bit of stretching. So then we'll go into some of the flow movements. So with the 5-element practice that we're going to be doing next week, Monday to Friday, we're going to be working on individual elements. And the first element is the metal element. And the metal element is focusing on energy. And one of the first places we bring energy into the body, or the first place you bring energy into the body, is through the breath. Obviously, food and everything, water is all bringing energy into the body, but the metal element is focusing on energy and breath. And the organ that's associated with, quite obviously, the lungs. And the Chinese meridian, the lung meridian, is from the thumb all the way up the arms. That's why we're good at doing this, releasing any tightness and tension there, all the way up the arms to the point here. So a lot of the movements we do with the arms, a lot of the flow we do with the arms is to do with stretching out and opening up this meridian. Really easy one to start off with. Our standard stance with our feet shoulder width apart, knees soft, bring our palms together. So when you're bringing your palms together there, you're connecting this meridian. Here, a little bit of bend in the knees, and then you open up, lift the sternum, look up a little bit towards the sky, stretch out here, so stretch that point there, because again, you're stretching that line all the way down the arms, opening up, and then come back to center. And get that little bit of a spine wave going on. So as I'm coming back here, I'm just bringing the chest, softening the chest a little bit. So I'm just bringing the ribs into the body a little bit. Don't worry about feeling as if you're rounding your back, because we don't want these ribs stuck out here all the time. So bring the ribs in a little bit. Then you can open up and extend and lift that sternum up a little bit. So we're getting some nice movement through that thoracic spine. And then back to center. Just work on the physical movement first. Just get this going first. Open up. And then back to center. So this movement is called heart to sky. So you're literally lifting your heart up towards the sky. And back to center. Nice and slow, no rush. Open up. And back to center. Once you've got this nice, smooth, flowing movement, let's bring the breath with it. So breath in, breath out. No rush, no rush. Breath in, nice and slow. Breath out. Good. Watch that breath out. It's very easy to rush that breath out. So breath in. breath out, breath in, breath out. In, out. And once you get into the rhythm, go in your own comfortable pace. What is really nice about Qigong that I love is that there's always an intention to a movement. So I'm not just doing this because I'm having to do an exercise or I've been told to do so many repetitions of this movement. You're literally lifting your heart up to the sky. It's great. You're waking up. Really nice. If there was a sky above and we weren't just looking at a ceiling, if you do this outside, you can feel that sort of like space above you. And then you can imagine that space above you. Just imagine looking up to the sky. It could be cloudy, it could be raining, it could be sunny, whatever works for you. Just filling the body with energy as you breathe in. And then clearing as you breathe out. Couple more. And then take a rest there. I think that is the key, is it's not just an exercise. It's not just a movement. It's really just paying attention to the whole body moving as well, because quite often we can just be moving the arms and just thinking, I'm just moving the arms. But once you get into the flow, just feel that lower body working with it as well. Feel the spine working with it as well. Good, we'll do one more little flow movement, which is working on breath and working on the lung meridian. And this is called Buddha holds up the earth. So again, it's giving you an intention of what you're doing. You're actually lifting the earth above your head. We'll work through the movement first. Start off with our feet in that standard position, about shoulder width apart. Always a little bit of bend in the knees so we're not locking the legs out. Palms facing upwards here. So let's just work through the physical movement. Keeping the shoulders down and relax. Bring your palms so they're then facing your chest here, your heart center. Then we get that little spiral, so it's almost as if you're about to pick something up and lift it over your head. So you're holding up the earth there. Watch here that you don't overstretch and overreach and pull the shoulders up. So just get the shoulders down and be nice and strong through here, holding up the earth there. Feel that stretch through that thumb and first finger. So there's the beginning, there's your long meridian there, holding up the earth there, and then coming back down the center line. And again, just work on the physical movement first. Holding up, stretch that thumb and first finger, back down the center line. Notice again the whole body is involved, it's not just an arm movement, very subtle movement throughout the whole body. Extending of the spine. Making sure we don't overreach. So there's a difference between here, where it's comfortable, a little bit of bend in the elbows, to, oh, I'm just trying to reach too far. Again, that's another thing with exercise, and actually sometimes with life in general. We try too hard, we try and we overreach too much. So just that point where you could hold up the earth. Let's now bring the breath with it. So breathing in, just let the breath flow in. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Just breathing easy, slow, effortlessly. Just visualize as you're lifting and breathing in, all of that energy just flowing into the body. It's exactly what you're doing. You're bringing oxygen in. We can go quite a while without food, quite a while without water, but you can't go very long without breath. So that's the first source of energy. Bringing fresh energy into the body. And we breathe out to cleanse and clear. Couple more, breathing in. Breathing out. And then we'll just take a moment breathing in, bringing the arms up, bending the elbows, arms down. It's called pulling down the sky. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, crossing the palms now, so bring hand on top of hand, place the palms just underneath the belly button, just underneath the navel, bring the feet together, and if it feels comfortable for you, just close your eyes and just let the body rock and sway and find its own natural balance. This is called bamboo in the wind, so you visualize the strength and stability and the groundedness of bamboo, but also the flexibility that it has to actually move without breaking. And then taking a fuller breath in through the nose. Top of the breath, open your eyes if you've got your eyes closed. Step your feet out. Give yourself a little brush down. So just down the arm line, down that meridian, down the back of the body, down the legs, up the inside of the legs. Give your tummy a little bit of a rub. And we'll finish there. Thank you for joining. Hope for those new people, hope you enjoyed the class. On Thursday, if you're on Zoom, we're going to start at 7:45. So we have a 15-minute Q&A before the session. And then we'll do a little bit more movement on, a little bit more focus on movement. And we will start the Chi Challenge next Monday at 8 o'clock as well. Thanks, as I say, everybody, for joining. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you all on Thursday. Take care.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.